Hi, thanks for stopping by my channel. I'm GhostPrime. Today I want to take a look at MPG-05 Trainbot Seizan. He is the fifth in the MPG combiner line for the Trainbots, and he transforms into a train. And it does it very, very well. As a character, he appeared in the Headmasters cartoon, and he is the right arm of Raiden. And we did not get a Raiden set in G1 here in the United States. I wish we did because I like trains growing up as well. I still have all my old electric trains. So these are kind of cool for me as far as the trains. They are leaning very heavily into the trains. He is the right arm, so he does take a lot of the engineering from the left arm. In fact, 95% of it is from the other arm. It's pretty much exactly the same. These are very heavily influenced by their train counterparts, the realistic train counterparts, and that's what these are sort of trying to adhere to, not the actual cartoon, which would have made them look very different, much like the Moon Studios. The sixth one should be coming out, I think, early next year, so I'll get to that when I get to that. Anyway, I'm going to try to keep this review as short as possible. It is a masterpiece review, so it might be a little longer. Please remember to hit that thumbs up button, ring the bell for notifications, leave me a comment, subscribe, and without any further ado, let's get to the review.
This October 20th through the 22nd, TFCon Orlando at Doubletree by Hilton Hotel Orlando at SeaWorld with special guests Bob Budiansky, Victor Caroli, Dan Gilvison, Gary Chalk, Richard Newman, Alex Milne, David Sobloff, and Casey Kohler. Meet mediocre YouTubers Bert the Stormtrooper, Deluxe Baldwin, Diecast Norbs, Engineer Hoist, Fire Talks, GhostPrime, Kato's Collection, Patriot Prime, Rodimus Primal, and Treebot. If you see them, make sure and say hi. You'll most likely find them at the bar. That's TFCon Orlando in October. Be there!
And box time. So yeah, here's the box. These boxes are all very nice. Really nicely presented. You got the name right there, MPG-05 Trainbot Seizan. Takara Tomy logo, MPG, Transformers More Than Meets the Eye. I like the two different finishes. We got the matte and the gloss. That's like that for all masterpieces. It really looks good. There's the top, side of the train, inside the robot, and on the back, the everything. They're all the bots together. He has a track like the rest of them. A couple action poses. Where he's at on the Raiden, he is the right arm. Accessory list shows which how you could display him, which it doesn't come with this. the stand and front and back. And then inside the package, we have a package like so. And you do get a set of instructions, and you get this little bit, which is really cool. And I will show you in just a second here what it does. Get these out. So this is there's a clean plate and then a little Autobot logo one, and it comes with one already in it. Here is a collector card showing him in action. The back has stats and a picture of the toy. The instructions are really nice, like all masterpiece instructions. Shows what you could do, shows a cartoon pictures, which these don't look like the cartoons. These definitely look more like toys. There he has with this giant sword, where you can store the sword, all different storage areas for everything else, and how to transform it. Inside the box, the Trainbot himself, which looks amazing. We'll go over that in more detail later, but what I was trying to show, if it ever decides to get into focus, is this little part right there, this little clear piece. That is what's interchangeable with the Autobot logo. That's actually a pretty cool little feature. I really like that. I dig that a lot. Here is the train track. Oop. Right there. Which you could set him on if you get the wheels lined up, which might be a lesson of futility. Just setting him on it seems to work just fine. Yeah, it doesn't want to stay, just like the rest of them. And we get this piece here, which is the piece for the stand, which will plug in on the bottom right here. We get his sword, which is done in a translucent plastic with a painted hilt. That close up. Kind of nice. It's actually got like a metallic sheen on it too. Sorry for it keep going blurry like this. I use my phone for these, and every time Samsung wants me to upgrade, my camera starts going blurry. You can actually see that through my videos. But there's the sword, and the sword, as per the instructions, can be stored right there under the tracks. Of course, it does make it so it falls out. It doesn't really stay very well. I'll probably push it in better. There we go. There we go. It does make it so that's how you're going to display it like this. They really want you to display this as a train. He does also come with, I get them out of the package here, his main weapon, which can be folded up like so to also store right there, just like the previous train. What's his name? Just like the previous one. This is actually pretty much exactly like the previous one. The transformation is even the same. So that just stores under there like that. And you can put him down. And then he has two other guns, which are identical. Again, if I can get them out of the packaging. There you go. And these fold up too. I believe they're also for storage. That's all he comes with. Let's do a close-up of this train. Now, the windows here are all translucent, but they're actually placed plastic in here. These panels are not translucent, which are nice. It's not translucent painted plastic. I think they figured that one out after Shuki, but this is where this model actually shines. It looks like a model train for the most part. You got that little translucent place in the front, the lights in the front, silver, all the paintwork on it's just beautiful. It's got different finishes with the matte or the like the shiny or the black parts right there. You can see them shine. This front part, as I was mentioning, does open up, and then you get this piece here that opens to reveal this little piece of cardboard. And that's where those other little pieces of cardboard come in. Just go behind here, and you could put that front of the train, have different symbols on it there, or plain, or this one, or the Autobot. So that's really cool. Moving back down. I mean, it looks like a model train. That's exactly what they're going for. I'll say it a million times. Yeah, there's the back door.
Giggity.
This is what they're for. This is why these exist. Bring in the previous one. You can, of course, connect them. Let's see if they connect like this. The windows might be in the way. Huh. Yeah. Oh, yeah. These little connectors here. Oh. Snap that back. So there we go. Connect them if you want to. Not a lot of turning radius like that with it, but you could do it. Undone. There we go. And since we're here, we'll do a comparison. So this is how this compares to the last one. They are approximately the same length. There are differences, like the top pieces. There are different spots. There are a few differences. Like this doesn't have this piece. It's over here. This is different. But the transformation is largely the same. There are a few small differences otherwise, but this is a retool of this one. You see how these are together. And they're pretty long. Red Sunstreaker for comparison. So they are pretty long. These are both arms. As you saw in my previous video with this one. So transformation on this thing is relatively simple. All right, so first thing for transformation you're going to want to do is this whole piece actually comes off, just like the previous one, and you just go ahead and set that aside. So the robot's be contained into here, the head, the legs. And we could just start. There we go. Getting this to become in pieces. Do that. These tabs come up. Go ahead and take that like that, fold that around, all the way around and down. Up here, same as before, it's got a hinge. Man, these tabs are tight. Ooh, there we go. And pull like that, around like that. So you have these. You have the legs and the waist exposed. I'll do the arms later. This is tight. I'm just afraid to break it. So here I got these apart. Legs, same as last time. Open them up. Move it like this. This piece here on the knee goes straight. And then there's, if I get the camera, look, you see this kind of a groove with a slot, and that's just matches that. So that actually matches this exactly, just like that. But before we do that, we go ahead and take these, we're going to move them away. I can't get that hinge. Move the feet down a little bit, and then take this piece here from the foot. This is different than the other one. Move that to the side. Then the foot here comes around like that. Then this could fold up. The whole door folds up like that. And there's the foot. Now we got that. Go ahead and move that back out of the way. So this snaps in like that. And then there's a part right there. Oh, came undone. That back in. And then there's a slot. That's really all that holds the knee in, but it moves okay. Exactly same as the previous one. And so I'm going to move that back like that. And that's the knee. And you do the same for the other leg. And there, the legs are done. All right, let's try a tip to do this real quick again. Go ahead and do this. I don't want to break it. These are tabbed, but these little tabs on the inside here, all down here. And I do not want to break it. Let's see if I could maybe move these, because these come down. There we go. Let's move these down. Got a little loose. There we go. Okay. Bring it here from the back. Kind of see where it just does not want to come apart. See all the tabs in there. Oh, and this is a hair one, because this seems like I don't want it. My fingers are big, and getting these apart is just, I don't want to break this plastic. Get the arms up, out. If I get a better grip on it. I don't mind showing the struggling, because I struggle every time I transform this into it. So this is part of what you're going to probably expect on your copy if you end up getting this, is this is going to be a struggle. There we go. I don't want to break these little tabs, as you can see. They are super, super tight. Both a good and bad thing. So then you just do the same thing. Same thing as before. Same thing as the previous figure. You just take the arms, move the pieces out, move the arms around. They're still on these very strange hinges here, but just I don't care for. And fold that back like that. Either side. Arms come down. These come out. Up. So there's a hinge there, hinge there. Let's go ahead and move these back. See where the fist is out back, like that. Head moves forward. These go in the back, and then you just go ahead and move these down like that. On the other one, these went forward, but these fold backward on this one. So here, move that forward, go fold that around, and those just hang off the arms. Arms twist at the bicep, and you take out the fist by opening this. Fist is here, pull it out, close it. Same on the other side. That, close it. There we go. And then finally, you want to take the chest here. Make sure these are all the way down. They are not. It will not work. Move this out. There we go. On one side, and it's getting hung up on something. There we go. There's the other. So it kind of gives a little bulk to the chest. Go ahead and set him aside. Take this part, and open this up like this. Take this out. This piece folds back around, just like the previous one. These slide up, fold in, and down, up on the little hinge there, down like so. These stay full displayed out. And then this is a little different. The previous one had an arm that came in out. This just opens or closes up like this, whatever you want to call it. Like that. That's the point where you put it on his back. So there's this little slot on the side here. And there's a little tab. So that, if I can keep this all together while that tabs in like that. So that's the backpack. You take the robot. On the back, you have this point right here behind the head. And this is hard to do because you don't want this, flying back. You got to actually snap that on. There we go. And it looks good as a robot. That I will say. He does look good. There, standing up in robot mode. All right, let's go over some articulation on this guy. So he has all the same articulation as the last one. His head is, I think it's on a ball joint. Up that far, not really down. You could turn all the way around if this piece wasn't really here. He has shoulders. Now, these shoulders are very weird. As I mentioned, they could go all the way around, but it's just odd. It's just an odd way of doing it. This way, you can move his arm that way. And if this wasn't here, getting in the way, if you want to move it to the side, I guess, do it all the way up. He has it's a real tight joint. There we go. Butterfly. He has bicep, elbow. He has wrist, and a single hinge opening fist, waist articulation 360, and an ab crunch. The little flaps can move up here on his crotch area, and you can go kick that far. Can't really go back. Oh, there we go. It did open up. Can't go back. Even with that flap open, it'll go back out that far. Out that far. And he does have a thigh swivel. You could probably get 90 at the knee if you move this out of the way. Ankle, down, tilt up. He's got a bunch of different ankle movements. You can do some, I guess, fairly decent poses with this guy. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. But you kind of need the feet if you're going to get him to stand up. There we go. Okay, moving on. We are going to check out the arm mode, how to transform into that. Let's take out his gun here. Go ahead and put that aside. And take off the backpack. Set that aside. You see the head already moved out, so that's what you want to do. You want to move the head out. Also, you want to take this and just get that all the way back, so you don't scrape the face. Take these two little pieces in the back, move them out like this. Take the fist, move that all the way around, push that back in. Pretty simple so far. And turn around and go into here and open up this panel. This the legs connected to. See if I can get this on camera. You go ahead and leave this together if you can. But pain in the ass. Anyway, so take this piece, turn that piece back around. Leave the foot out. There's a groove there. And this is all completely blurry, so let me see if I can get that better. There we go. There's a groove there. Push that in like that. And then take this and go ahead and put it back in there if it did indeed fall out, which it probably did because it doesn't stay there super securely. Go ahead and just close that right back up. Same thing on the other side. You open this so you can get to this little piece here. Move this whole door piece out so the door is facing down. Keep the foot up. Move that like that. Fills in that section. Make sure this all collapses. I'm going to move that away so you can see it. Collapses all back in how it was originally. That's it. Then you take these. Oh, one more thing. Take these pieces out. Put these on top like you would for the train. Right here. This piece on this too. Now we take the tabs and tabs the legs together. Have the feet together. Push it all together if it stays. There you go. So you have something that looks like this. Sure, that's all together. And we can move back onto the top, like the fist. Turn that fist all the way around, like that. Fists, little fists, go back into the arms, like that. Now what we're going to want to do here is take this, move that up, take this piece here, move that back out, and then like that. So just kind of move it out, just kind of out of the way. This piece does need to come out and around because it will be part of the final transformation. Just kind of move these on these hinges out of the way because we're going to transform the arms. So you take the arms and then you move this whole hinge up like this. There we go. There, move that in like that. And then, so what you're going to want to do is the same one. See if I can do a little better on this side. Down like this. So it moves up. So you have something that looks like that. There's a hinge here, and then there's a hinge here. These panels are the reason I hate transforming these things. It's all just panels. Move these in, so you'll have, let me see where they at. You're going to want to take it, move these like this. A slot there, and a peg there. Up on the other side, sorry. You go like that. Peg the arms together. Those in. Now put these on the side. Make sure it's all, there we go. Down. Now you take these parts and go ahead and connect them. Okay, and then you go ahead and these pieces here come up like that. And there's a hinge on the inside. It's kind of hard to see. I can't move these all the way out. I really don't want to break these panels. Good thing is the translucent bits are it's a piece that goes onto an opaque piece of plastic, so it's not all clear plastic. And take that with this piece here down like that. There's something that looks like this. One more thing to do, or a couple more things to do. Take this out and move that up. If you can keep it together, doesn't matter. These pieces are really tight, these joints. Then put that like that. Then you bend him at the knees. We have something like this. We are very close to being done with the arm. So this is so far. Now the connection point is right here, just like in the last one, where these are very difficult to get out. Move that up, and then like that. So that's the connection point. And this is the arm. That is what the arm looks like. This kind of just holds on as a cover, but you have I guess it's not really a bicep because it's after that. It's at the elbow. So the elbow's there, and this piece is so you could get about this much range out of it. And he has a swivel here, and his fingers are individually articulated, which is nice. His thumb too, with thumb only has one joint, but each finger does have two joints, so you could make some good poses with the fingers. However, I think this could be better. I mean, this could be more articulated. You don't get a whole lot of elbow bend out of this at all. There's another thing you could do, and you can do this with the other one too, is you kind of bend it like that, which is using the ab crunch as an elbow, and you get a bit more out of it. So that's something you could do, which I'll go over this when I get the final piece. I believe that's January, February of next year. But yeah, so there's this piece here, and you still have the backpack to contend with. So that's easy. Just go ahead and remove that. Take this piece that was connected to the back of the robot, push that in, take other little piece here and pull that out. what you're going to do with this top piece here is move these, fold those in like that. Take this whole arm and just move that back and collapse it in. Tab it up like that so you have the front of the train. Then take it and move all the way around. So you're going to want to be very careful of this little piece. That goes into that slot there. Don't break it doing this like that. Oh, one more thing. Usually this thing is like this. You do turn that. So that's flat there because this is going to be sitting down. This goes on the leg. So see there's a slot there and a tab there, and you want to bend that and just tab that in just like that. And do that for both sides. These are on double hinges. If I could get that past, there we go. And double hinge like that. And that actually goes onto the leg. Oh, there is one more thing. Take this piece, and there's slots right there, and there's these tabs on the side. Kind of go ahead and slide that in, and you can pull that out so it's a little taller. And that goes on the side of the foot. So this is, similar to that. That's what he looks like in the arm mode and the foot junk mode, basically. And it has to be said, still like how good of articulation it's going to have when it's all together. But I mean, there's some things I like, some things I don't like about it. So far, I have a pretty good idea of how it's going to look when it's all together. It's, I put together the torso. Honestly, I'm just going to save that for the next one, just because show you how it all connects and all the pieces. They're kind of a pain to transform all together. Takes forever. But let me get to some final. Oh, one more thing I do want to. Before final thoughts, I do want to show one more thing. The sword in hand. So there's a slot here. Move the thumb out of the way. And it's a peg and a pig hole. I get that in there. It's right there. Maybe we could do the top one. All right, there we go. Peg that in. Curl the fingers around. We can hold a sword. It does kind of get in the way right here, but it's a nice long sword. At least they have a sword the appropriate size for the robot, unlike some other combiners we know. Anyway, now on to final thoughts. So the good and bad points of this guy are much like the last one, since he shares almost everything with the last one. It's okay. It's probably the best of the train bots, official ones we have so far. This backpack falling off, of course, it doesn't do it now when I shake it, but it fell off a whole bunch of times when I was doing my intro.
It did.
It's a pain. It's a pain in the ass. It's just what it is. Panely, kind of a pain in the ass to put together. They're not fun to transform. These ones are okay, but the rest of them as a whole are not fun to transform. I still have to see how Raiden actually looks put together, because as an arm, there's not a lot of articulation into it. But the actual realistic train bits look great. The train itself looks great. It really, really does. If they were sitting next to a like an HO counterpart, it almost would be unrecognizable as a transformer. And to that degree, it can be in disguise. So it gets a pass. I think it's cool, but it's a bare pass. They're not the best masterpieces. They do have some really good sculpt work and some neat paint work, very nicely done. If you're in it this far, well, you're in it, right? Either you sell them off or you keep going, which is what I'm going to do. Anyway, I appreciate you stopping by. If you're still with me, please remember to subscribe and all that. And if I don't see you at TFCon, I'll see you in the next review.